Trending on Chrstian radio and television, I am Sarah Agbon. MQ all-rounder, a music comedian, is with me in the studio. MQ, welcome to Trending.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Former Vice President Osinbajo urges Christians in government to uphold gospel principles for transforming Nigeria. Why corruption is defeatable in Nigeria, EFCC. On Trending today, we have former Vice President Osinbajo urges Christians in government to uphold gospel principles for transforming Nigeria. The purpose of our faith is not personal wealth or well-being. Former Vice President Osinbajo advises Christians in position of power. Osinbajo at the weekend stressed the need for Christians in government to give voice to the principles of the gospel that will make the country great. MK all-rounder.
A good advice from the former president, Osinbajo. But sir, Your Excellency, sir, when you are there, how do you uphold the principle? How do you perform your duty as a vice president of Nigeria? So when you are there, the only thing we know that you are doing as a Christian vice president of Nigeria under the government of former General Buhari. That letter was captured from your Redeemed Church. That's what we do as a Christian there. Because later, what we see you doing is that you carry 10,000 naira to give market women to be doing business with 10,000 naira. You go from Abuja to Lagos to Calabar to Maduguri, sharing 10,000 naira for women. Former president, you give a good advice that as a Christian in a government, you're supposed to hold the principle of Christianity in a governance. That's a good advice from you.
To
transform Nigeria. But when you are there, we don't see Nigeria transform under the regime of Buhari that you are the vice to, but rather you keep busy to go to naming ceremonies. They send you to functions, and we don't hear your voice as a vice president. No advice from you to the. We don't feel your impact. Even as a pastor, vice president, we don't feel your impact. Then it's good to give advice, but you give that advice when you leave office. And Obasanjo, when he was president of this country, what did he do? He didn't do anything. And when he left the office, what we see him doing is writing letter, advising, giving advice. They used to give advice. You like to give advice when you leave power, but when you are in power, you waste. You will not do anything. You waste what you're supposed to do. But when you are out of the power, you now remember to be giving the advices. We are good in advices. We hear your advice. What you do in government is what matters.
Thank you. What you do in government is what matters. Thank you. Why corruption is defeatable in Nigeria, EFCC. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC, has said that the upsurge of corruption in the country is defeatable if every stakeholder on the anti-graft corridor makes concerted efforts. The Commission's chairman, Ola Olukoyede, made these statements in his Edel Kabir message. He stressed that renewal of efforts towards combating all forms of economic and financial crimes is necessary to kill the menace. MQ.
I agreed with the AFCC chairman that corruption is defeatable in Nigeria. True, if the people in the commission they can agree together to fight the menace, it's defeatable. And if we in Nigeria can cooperate with them, it's defeatable in Nigeria. Corruption is a phenomenon that just prop into our system because of the type of the democracy that we are practicing. That's why it allows the leader to steal the money that meant for people to be able to divert that money to their own pocket. It's because of the way we from our government that we hold all the power when you carry all the resources to the one person in center to be distributing to the unit. But people are asking about the Yahaya Bello. I know many people that are listening to me now, they will ask that EFCC chairman that is talking like this, he has take the Yahaya Bello's case under the carpet. No, sir. It's not that maybe EFCC has drop the Yahaya Bello's case into dustbin. No, what is going on is that Yahaya Bello is trying to slow the motion, is trying to buy time, maybe either to celebrate this Edeka brief finish before he entered the gulag of EFCC. Because what I know is that last week they still went to court, and he's supposed to appear in court last week, but he failed to appear. But the court has adjourned to 27th of this month. 27th of this month, he must appear in the court. So the EFCC just won last week. They just won another case. The appeal has overturned it that EFCC have the right to investigate and arrest him. There's no way Yahaya Bello can run to in this world. If we are talking of government, the Interpol will bring him up. Yahaya Bello is still in Nigeria. He's only using the court. That is why the beauty of democracy, this is a rule of law. You have to follow the EFCC. No matter how the power that the EFCC have, you have to follow the rule of law. We are not in military government. So they are trying to fulfill the rule of law. That is why you see that they've never arrested Yahaya Bello. Right. But sooner or later, you will understand what I'm saying. So because we have to fight this menace, corruption is defeatable in Nigeria.
Thank you for coming to Trending today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Please do subscribe, like, share, and also drop your comments on our YouTube channel, Chrstians RTV. For more news, you can go to www.chrstiannews.com. Trending on Chrstian Radio and Television. I am Sarah Agon. Keep shining like the star you are.